Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Agave Talk, your number one source for everything agave. We appreciate you being here with us today. Today, we're checking out a brand new brand and something super special. Yes, this is not tequila. This is not mezcal. This is actually Bacanora. All right, say it with me now. Bacanora. Cool. And now say Vinateros. Yes, Vinateros. That V sounds like a B in Spanish, all right? Vinateros. This is a brand new brand of Bacanora to the market, and I am super excited because I have not opened this at all, all right? Bacanora itself, if you have never tried it, it is it's unique. It's kind of like a cousin of mezcal, right? If you start getting into, some of the raicillas, satols, which we have reviews of. Please go check those out, right? Bacanora is not tequila. Bacanora is not mezcal. Bacanora is Bacanora. All right, guys. So super excited to check this out today. We also have not just the Blanco, but I also have the aged expression as well, their Reserva. But that's going to be another video for another day. So, Reserva, we're going to check you out next week. Put you over here because the star of the show today is this Blanco. All right. So, Bacanora, what is it? Well, I'm about to give you the story of Bacanora. So sit back, relax, pour yourself your favorite agave expression, and take a listen. All right. Once known to be illegal, Bacanora is a sensational spirit with a story rooted deep in Mexican history. Although able to be enjoyed throughout the country today, due to religion and politics from 1915 to 1992, Bacanora was under federal prohibition. Yes, this was an illegal spirit. You could not have it even all the way up to 1992. Anyone caught or drinking selling this spirit risked imprisonment or even possibly death. All right, stick with me. However, despite the profound risk, prohibition did not stop Bacanora's production. Rather than give up family traditions and livelihood, producers developed disguised methods in order to bootleg their Bacanora, and so they called themselves Vinateros, yes, or Spanish for winemaker. So this brand, Vinateros, it's kind of like it relates to wine, winemaker, wine crafter, right? A producer of wine, Vinateros. That's what they call themselves. So this brand is actually giving that own and that homage to those Bacanora bootleggers, the Vinateros themselves, because this was illegal for so long. This product, Vinateros Bacanoros, was named in respect to both the spirit's history and the people who have been distilling it for more than 300 years. Made in a traditional manner, Vinateros Bacanora is twice distilled, naturally fermented, and made solely from water and Agave Silvestre. Because we value ethical production, you can find our product still being hand bottled today and estate crafted on a small ranch outside of the town on Cochi, Sonora, Mexico. All right. So super cool, super cool. Hope you enjoyed that background information because, yes, Bacanora is they're all cousins, right? Think of like tequila, mezcal, Sator, raicilla, depending on where they are produced and made, and especially with what agave species, that's then where it kind of starts defining into, well, what makes a tequila, what makes a mezcal, and then even the types of mezcal and things like raicillas y bacanoras. And you guys know, if you watch our video, Satol is not agave, all right? The desert shrub. If you don't know what I'm talking about, please just go through my channel, type in Satol. We have quite a few videos on different brands that really break down what that is. And today we are really going to break down Bacanora. So looking at this bottle, this is really kind of cool. Vinateros, again, the winemakers, right? And, it's that big, tall wine bottle. Agave wine, you might hear that when people talk about like agave distillates, things like that. Just really cool branding on this. 100% Agave Silvestre de la Sonora, right? Of Sonora, Mexico. That's where this is made. Being imported into Miami. And it really has like this story back here which is basically what I just read you, okay? So what I have, what's written back here is what I just read to you. And again, this was illegal from 1915 to 1992. Hey, man, politics and nonsense and whatever it is, it's here now, okay, guys? So super cool. You can even see through the window. It's got like this window cut out, and then through the back, you can see the Vinateros logo with the agave in the back. And it is a protected designation of origin for Sonora, Mexico. This is at 40%. Like I said, I do have the Reserva as well, the aged expression. It is basically spirits distilled from agave, but finished in oak barrels. I'm going to break that down next week. Stay tuned next week, all right? We release every Sunday. But again, today, I'm going to be opening this bad boy up, checking it out, and I am super excited. So this right here, it's when we really start talking about agave, right? You got to think of I always try to think of it as like dog species. So you have like dog, right? And then you have different species of dog. You have Shih Tzu, Rottweiler, Pit Bull, Schnauzer, right? Shar-Pei. You got all those different types of dogs, but that one category of what they all are is dog. So when we talk about agaves and agave spirits, we talk about agave being that one species, right? And it's actually agave angustifolia Hall. That's the major agave species. From that angustifolia Hall is then where you start getting some of those subspecies and the different varieties of agave, which then are things like, your Blue Webers, your Espadins, things like that. Tobala, it really starts getting into a lot like a botany class almost. It's kind of crazy, really cool. Go dive deep down that rabbit hole one day, just researching different types of agave, especially agaves that they use for distillate. So this is 100% Agave Silvestre. So again, tequila is made with agave Blue Weber, right? Majority of mezcal is made with agave Espadin. This Bacanora is made from 100% Agave Silvestre. So we're going to check this out. All of those different types of agave have different types of flavors. Kind of think of it even as like pepper, right? You got peppers, but then you got like red pepper, green pepper, sweet pepper, hot peppers, jalapenos, habaneros, right? Rocoto, it's just so many different types of peppers, different types of flavors. The same thing here with these different types of agaves. And that's what makes Bacanora, right? Our Agave Silvestre coming out of Sonora. It's going to be super cool to check this out. I'm super happy, super excited that you are here with us today. So I am about to open this bad boy up. It's looking like it is just really kind of going for that rustic, feel, right? Where it's this tape going across and yeah. Let me get my, man, about to lose lights over here. Let me get my knife real quick and get that camera back there and slice the side. You know, I like to have my stuff really nice and cut nice and even, right? And let's open this bad boy up. Let your bottles pop. Oh, yeah. So just looking here, it is just your standard looking wooden cork. We do have that Vinateros Sonora, Mexico with their logo and branding, all right? Well, let's pour this out. If you have not done so already, please hit that like and subscribe, as well as follow us on Instagram at Agave Talk, all right? So super excited to have this Bacanora. If you have never tried, you've only gotten into tequilas, cool. Great place to start. If you are kind of now venturing out into mezcal, excellent. Great place to explore. However, there are so many different types of raicilla, sotol, y bacanoras as well. And I highly encourage you to really go check stuff like that out so you can really expand your horizon and, experience the world, experience life. There's a lot of cool stuff out there. So taking a look here at the legs and tiers, trying to get it on camera, but that's getting more of the focus. Let me pull it to the side. There we go. You can see this doesn't stick around at all. It's there and it's gone on the side of the glass. It's really not sticky one bit. Super clear. This is a clear spirit. This is their Blanco. There is no I'm sorry. There's no resting on this whatsoever. Of course, there's distillation. There's no resting on this whatsoever. And yeah, there's no stickiness from that either. That's just goes away so fast. So, like I said, Bacanora used to be illegal, and Vinateros is giving nod to the Vinateros, y Vinateras as well, who gave, they're risking their lives, their independence, you could say. It was punished by death, right? Prohibition, to bring this liquor to the masses. But of course, now it is legal. So thank you. Cheers. Salud. All right. Taking a sniff. Oh, man. Very, very similar to a nice smoky mezcal. If you are a drinker of mezcal, you will find this very similar and very, what's the word I'm looking for? Gosh, I can't even think of the word right now. Like familiar. There we go. Familiar. If you put this up to your nose, you're going to find it familiar for sure. What's really cool is they are harvesting everything by hand. They then do roast all the piñas in an in-ground oven for 3 days with a unique blend of wood. They don't say exactly what the wood is, but smelling in the cup, it definitely smells more of like a mesquite, like sweet wood mesquite, right? Instead of like a real hardy wood like oak. You're definitely getting more like fruity notes, citric notes, and a lot of that it comes from that real sweet mesquite wood, even like apple wood. So I'd be really curious. They do just say it's a blend of wood, but I'd be curious to see what types of wood. But that's then where also too, if you do drink mezcal, especially some of those smoky varieties, you're going to get some of those familiar smells, including that smoke and that roasting of wood for sure. They also naturally ferment everything for 8 to 14 days with spring water. They distill through double distillation, and this is a 40%. All right, so this is not above, this is 40%. And shout out to Master Distiller Jesus Maldonado for bringing this, Bacanora to life. Salud, salud, salud. I have not touched this yet, all right? I've not. I'm still smelling it, and oh, man, it's, God, like I said, it's like a sweet wood, very citrusy as well. You got some pepper in there, but it's more dominated by just that nice sweet wood, right? Agave Silvestre. It's definitely different. It's more like minerally, definitely kind of mineral in smell as well. And just different. If you put like an Espadín and this next to each other, and then of course like a tequila, right, a Blue Weber, that's then where you really start understanding that, oh yeah, all of these species do smell different, kind of like a dog. All of these things do look different, right? So to have that, I'd really have you consider, if you have access to different agave spirits and different species of agave, line them up, do that horizontal flight, right? Check it out and see what those different types of agaves definitely smell like and taste like. So, got a little leather in there too. It kind of smells like leather. That connects really like to those mineral notes. That's interesting. Definitely interesting, but kind of chunky. Kind of chunky with the sweet, and as it's opening up, even kind of cheesy. Oh, I love it. I love it. Bacanora is super cool. Cheers. Let's take a sip. Finally. Salud. Woo. Wow. So mouthfeel. I mean, you didn't see it sticking around the glass. It doesn't stick around the mouth at all. Feel wise, right? It really just feels like water, crisp as clean as water. That's the mouthfeel I got from this. However, that flavor is sticking around. Exactly what I'm smelling into the in the cup is what I'm getting notes of. It is definitely, it's that smoky mesquite, sweet, smoked char wood, but done beautifully. Nothing overpowering at all. You are getting some citrus in there, even some pineapple. It does taste, this was a lot, I don't want to say it's sweet. It's not sweet, all right, but it does have hints of sweetness to it that I really was not expecting. Let me take another sip. That cheesiness is starting to come out as it's opening in the glass. Wow. Such a cool spirit, such a unique taste. It's again, it's that smoky mesquite, but it's got like a citrus sweetness to it, like a sweet pineapple, but it's minerally, kind of like the earth. Like you guys, I don't know if there's somebody out there watching me right now. First of all, thank you. But as I describe some of this stuff, especially when I start getting in kind of like the funky things, like, oh, it tastes like earth, it tastes like dirt. There's some cheese to it. Like even as I brought it back up to my nose to take that sip, I'm getting notes of cheese now. It's just some funk, right? That might sound disgusting. It's absolutely delicious. Well, for me at least. And, that's why I don't rate anything. It's just, everybody's taste buds are different. But for me, I truly love my, especially my mezcals, Bacanora, Raicilla, stuff like that. I love it to taste just like mineral, earth, dirt, cheese, funk, right? Go watch some of those videos. You'll see and understand what I'm talking about. But this right here is so cool because it's a lot of balance to that. But then you're getting notes of that pineapple. You're getting notes of that citrus, and even like a really sweet like orange. Like man, I was not expecting that at all. I was not expecting that at all. I was actually expecting this to kind of be pretty dry, just with how like fast that is. I mean, there's no stick to this whatsoever on the glass. I was really expecting it to be dry, but it's there and it's very silky, but more in the sense of like water, but it's the flavor behind it. Oh my God, let me take another sip. Mm, 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 mm. Mm. Oh man, super clean. I'd be curious if this was maybe like a 42 or 40. If they make a high proof, please. If there's ever a high proof, please let me know. But that goes down super, super, super easy. It is watery in a sense, but it's filled with flavor. And it's just very surprising of how much sweetness there is, but it's not something that was added, right? There was not something that was added. Ah, blah, blah. It's not something that was added, right? There's no additives in this, and there's nothing that's being manipulated to give it that sweetness. It's just that the sugar content of that agave silvestre, the sugar content of the pinas they used, that blend of wood, the caramelization of that wood during that burning and imparting the flavors onto this, you're getting some of those sweet notes. And that's just what's so super cool about exploring the world of agave spirits, because anything you end up trying, it's just going to be completely different from the last. And over time, you're going to find something that you do like. And then that's where I say I love my mezcals and other things like raicilla, bacanoras, right? Macetols, really tasting cheesy, really tasting minerally, really tasting kind of funky, and then really smoky. I love my smoky spirits. But this is such a nice balance. It's all of those things, but really kind of balanced out and easy to accept. Because if you are just a tequila drinker, only Blue Weber agave, right? It's kind of challenging sometimes moving into some of these other agave distillates. It's just a flavor you're not used to. But this right here, man, I see this as something as a really easy transition. If you're trying to get somebody to try something different other than tequila, this right here is going to be a great transition, kind of like a gateway drug, right? Because it's not fiery. There's not any alcohol or ethanol on this. It's not filled with black pepper and then you add that smoke. No, hardly any fire, burn, ethanol, alcohol, right? The black pepper, it's there, but it's very subtle in the back. You're just getting a lot more of that sweet smoke. And man, this is fantastic. All right. So Vinateros Bacanora, cool. I'm really excited to end up trying this Reserva. Going to be cracking this open for the next review. This is coming out next week. So be on the lookout for that for sure. But this Blanco, Oh man, this is great. I love it. I love it. I love it. Super excited. Vinateros Bacanora, if you do see this, really, really, really highly recommend you pick this up to try something new. And this might be that gateway to other really cool agave spirit experiences for you. All right. So with that being said, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. If you have not done so already, hit that like and subscribe, as well as follow us on Instagram at Agave Talk. All right. Thank you, everybody, and take care.